Hey YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. It's that Van Guy again with another weekly video. Today is going to be my store finds and mail deliveries video for the week. I found some stuff in store, got some stuff from eBay, one piece from Amazon through a club member who ordered a bunch, and I actually got a Roke in the mail. I took a little peek at it, but I'm going to make a special video on this because I want to really spend some time on it. There's like 2 or 3 different pieces in here. This is from Dave Akers, Dave's Custom. So I'm just going to give you a little teaser. That'll probably be a video probably next Wednesday or Thursday, next coming video. So I'm going to do a separate video on this stuff so we can really spend time and check out all the great detail. So there's a little teaser. Set that aside. I found this morning at Walmart, my local Walmart, I'm grabbing a bunch of these gold custom 77 Dodge vans because there's a page that I'm a member of, Facebook page, where they get together and have events and do gravity racing or like downhill racing. They have like a 6-lane raceway. They also have some custom made racetracks that are even nicer than a 6-lane racetrack from Hot Wheels. And they get together and do van racing events. So any van diecast, they have different classes. And I heard that they're going to be doing a stock class, and they're all going to be like these gold Dodge vans. And they're all going to be still in the package so that nobody can do any modifying or tampering with the van to make it go faster. So they're going to need a bunch of these so they can have a big race of all these gold vans. So I've been grabbing extra ones, and I grabbed about a dozen at my local Walmart today, just like dug through the dump bin. So those, I'm not going to be opening all of those, but we can leave one, and we could tear it open, and I'll give you guys another shot of it if you haven't seen it, but I'll just get those out of the way. And then, so these are all the knockoff Matchbox Supervan 2s that I got loose, about a dozen. I'll just show you some of the other card art. We'll open one of those gold ones so you can check it out. This one is the Chill Mill. It's kind of like a funky van casting, like a van / food truck kind of a thing. Chill Mill. And I loosely collect these. I'm not really into it that much, but I did find one. I know I don't have this one because it's fairly new. So I just grabbed it as an impulse buy because it was $1, and I have a couple different colors. So we'll open one of those, and then the star of the show today is this baby, Hot Wheels ID Mystery Machine. Probably the first van casting, I believe, in the Hot Wheels ID line. These are really cool. They have really awesome packaging if you haven't checked one out yet. Try to give you a shot of the packaging because we're going to tear it open. I actually got 2. I got one to keep inside the box and one to open because I have a bunch of mystery machines in a display case. So I wanted to open one and keep one of these mystery machines in the display case with my other mystery machines, and then I wanted one to keep in the packaging. So really cool packaging. We're going to take a look at that probably towards the end of the video. But why don't we adjust the camera here and we'll start ripping this carded stuff, and then we'll go through these loose cars. Stay tuned. Okay, first one we'll open up. Custom 77 Dodge van from the Super Chrome series. The second recolor in gold. The first release was a chrome version. I heard that this is a plastic body version. Notice it doesn't have any moonroof or sunroof in the top of the van. No hole cut in it. It's just a ribbed regular roof like a Dodge van would have. So when you see this version that has no a big skylight or moonroof cut into the body or the roof, then you know it's a plastic body version. Two different versions. There's a metal body version that has the big window on top, and then like a big skylight. And then this is the plastic body version with the full roof and the ribs. Now, I noticed that some of these Super Chrome vans are kind of easy for the tampo to rub off. So I've heard of someone taking like a eraser from a pencil and just scrubbing it, and you can get the tampo off. And you can also rub the gold off, because it's like a chromed van underneath, I believe, they add like a gold tint over the chrome. So I've seen some people on the internet actually modify them, or like if you don't like the gold on the wheels, you can take a eraser and rub the wheels to get that gold part off of the wheels. And you can also modify the tampo that way. So the paint job on these are a little more fragile. The tampo comes off a little easier. So again, plastic body, plastic wheels, metal base. So the base is the only part that's metal, and maybe the axles on this plastic body version. So we'll set that one aside. Next, we'll check out this Chill Mill. Fairly new paint release version. Like I said, I'm not a huge Chill Mill guy, but I do have a few. Kind of a funky van food truck. And the colors on it look kind of cool. So I just figured I would grab one. It was kind of an impulse buy. It was only $1. But I like the purple and blue colors with the white. Looks pretty good. It's got a lot of stuff going on inside. It's got a huge engine and a bunch of other stuff inside. Metal body, plastic wheels, plastic base. And I think it says Chill Mill on the bottom, if I can hold it just right, so the light can catch it. So, kind of a funky one. So we'll set that one aside. Next up, we can go through all of these. These are knockoffs. These are Matchbox Supervan 2s. And I have my jammer here. Let me just grab the real deal. Once we go through a few, I'll compare the real deal Matchbox to this knockoff. But you can see there's really not much to it. It doesn't have any branding on the bottom, so you don't know who made it. It doesn't have any manufacturing information other than it was made in China. And this doesn't have any interior. It's just a hollow van body with a window in it. And then it's just got a flat plastic base, really cheap axles, and really cheap wheels. So if anybody, I try to do some research and find out some information on these, as far as like who made it, what company, try to find a picture of the packaging it came in. I'm not sure if these were sold loose in like a big tray and they were really cheap, or if they actually were like a carded die cast. But there's a bunch of these knockoffs, and I really would like to get some information on these as far as like who makes it, so I'm educated on it. A lot of them have like a yellowish plastic insert for the grill and headlights. I think on the Matchbox one, they're all black. So I'm not really sure what this little, this tab must be where this black tab part that sticks out must be how the base fits in, because you can see it's just a one rivet casting. It's got a rivet in the front, so this must be where the base hooks in the back. So there's like a Spider-Man, or it's not a Spider-Man, just a spider paint scheme. They look kind of cheap and cheesy, but they are the same exact body casting, I believe. There's a red one, and then I have an orange one, same exact paint scheme, just in a slightly different color. This one might be more of a black or a purple design, and this is on an orange painted body. Again, I'll give you a shot of the bottom. Again, it just says made in China. No other information on it other than that. Real thin axles, cheesy, cheap wheels. These wheels do kind of look like a Corgi, but I searched around to try to get some information. I couldn't find any Corgi casting, like a Supervan 2 made by Corgi. So if you guys have any information, I really appreciate it. This one looks like it's a wheel variation. I got 3 different versions. Notice they all have that yellowish plastic for the front grille and headlights. I got 3 different versions of this one. This one is a little bit more rough condition, but it's almost the same color, slightly different paint color, same exact graphic. This one's just a little bit more beat up, but take a look at the wheels. This is like a wheel variation. You can see it's got different wheels on it. So we'll take a quick look at that one. We'll just try to shoot through these. But yeah, if you guys can help out in any way, I really appreciate it. This one has the base looks slightly different, a little more full. Still just says made in China. And then I have a third one of these in like a blue. The first 2 were like a red. This one seems like it's a little bit darker red. The previous one seems like it's a slightly more orange. And then there's this one that has like the butterflies in blue. And they all seem to be fairly similar in glass color. That looks like a yellowish orange tint to the windshield. Like I said, there really is no interior. I don't believe it's just a flat base underneath. It's a hollow van with windows in it. Unfortunately, I don't really have a way to peer in there with my camera to really show you the interior and you be able to really see much. Again, just made in China on the bottom. Here's one purple one. It says power on it, and it's got a little red lightning bolt kind of a thing on it. Again, with the yellow grille. Cheesy, cheap Corgi looking wheels. And I will get out a couple of real Matchbox to compare once we get through most of these. This one is kind of got a little bit faded, and it says ambulance on it. It's got a little light bubble on top. And I do have a second ambulance. Well, it's a little bit different design, a little bit better paint on it. And it's got the little light bubble on top. Again, with the yellowish orange windshield and the yellow plastic grille and headlight piece. Here's one that's fairly common, this Let's Go version. This one's a little bit rougher shape. Probably could use a little bit of glue on that grill in the front. And then here is, okay, this version is kind of a knockoff of the Matchbox Supervan 2, the actual paint scheme. It's very similar, but it's got a butterfly on it again. We'll give you a quick shot of this one. Take a close look at those wheels and pay close attention to the paint scheme on it, or the design, because it's a direct knockoff almost of the Matchbox version. Now this is, again, not a Matchbox. I'm not sure what brand this is. It doesn't really give any information. It just says made in China on the bottom. And it's got really cheap axles and wheels, very lightweight, so you can just tell it's a very cheap casting or die-cast car because it's just very lightweight. Here's the real deal. Here's a real Matchbox, and this thing weighs about twice as much as the previous van I just showed, but you can see how the paint schemes are very similar. And take a close look, you can notice the grille and headlights, the plastic insert is black on just about all of the Matchbox Supervan 2s that I've seen. Take a close look at those wheels. Those are the classic like 8-hole Matchbox wheels. Most of the Supervan 2s have those 8-hole chrome looking wheels. You can see the plastic base on this one is much more Butterfingers. Much more elaborate. Matchbox Supervan, Ford Supervan 2, Matchbox International Ltd, made in Macau. There are some that were made in Hong Kong too, I believe. I think it says 163 scale in the front there, in front of the front wheel, top left corner. But this one probably has more of an interior, and it's just a thicker metal casting. Like I said, it weighs probably twice as much as this cheap knockoff. And it has a lot nicer plastic wheels. So this is the real deal. This is a real deal Matchbox. Like I said, I'm not sure who made these other knockoffs. Just to give you another example of a Matchbox. Here's a light and sound version that has lights and sound. I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear it because the battery's probably almost dead. This diecast is quite old. I'm not exactly sure when this one was released, but just to give you an example, if you press down on the front axle, the lights are supposed to flash, and it has a little bit of an alarm or a siren. Not sure if you guys can hear that, but that's another real deal Matchbox. Now we'll shoot through the rest of these knockoffs. Here's a red fire department version, again with the yellow plastic insert for the grille and headlights, and the yellowish orange windshield, again with the cheesy wheels and the cheap plastic base and axles. And then there's a black police version. Nice shiny black, again with the cheap Corgi looking wheels and the yellow headlight and grille insert and the yellowish orange windshield. So yeah, like I said, I tried to do some research online to try to figure out what company made these, or if these were sold on a card, or if they were just in like they're sold loose in a tray, like designed for like a counter sales or something. But I haven't been able to come up with any information, so if you guys can help me with that, leave a comment down below on this video, or get a hold of me through Facebook or Instagram, and you can give me some information, share your knowledge. I'd greatly appreciate that. And now for the main event. Check out this Hot Wheels ID Mystery Machine. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can get a good close look at the packaging. Very cool packaging, nice and bright colors. If you're not familiar with the ID cars, they have like a little microchip in the bottom of the base. So they work with certain tracks where you can keep track of like how many races you did. It's like a smartphone app. Like what your record speed was of the vehicle, how fast it went, how many miles you've traveled with it, how many races you've won, and stuff like that. Just an interesting thing. The packaging is really cool. got a little flip-up lid that has a little magnet built into it. So the magnet helps keep it closed. This packaging, what's cool about it, is designed to be reopened. So the lid just flips open. Let me zoom out a little further. The lid just flips open and has a little window where you can see the vehicle inside. And it has some graphics there. And then the box just slides out the side. So we'll set this part aside. And then you got the van inside. And it is designed to be opened and then put back together. You just have this little plastic insert that fits inside the box, and it just opens up, and you could take the van out and race it. Then you put the van right back in, put in a little plastic insert, put the insert back in the box, and you can slide it right back in and keep it nice and protected until next time you're ready to race. I am ordering 2. This is the first one of 2. My friend in my local club, Travis Beyer, ordered a bunch from Amazon, and he's a Prime member, so he got free faster shipping. So he ordered like a dozen of these, and I ordered 2 from him, and because I wanted one to keep loose in my display case of Mystery Machines, because I have an acrylic display case full of different Mystery Machine versions, and then I wanted one to keep in the box unopened. So we'll zoom in on this and we'll get some close detail on it. Okay, I took a close look at the wheels. 2 things that make this thing very unique, or maybe 3 things. It's a very detailed piece. It's done in kind of a Spectraflame paint, so it's very shiny. It also has the headlight and the taillight detail on the front and the back seems like it's a little higher quality. If you look on the rear quarter panels of the van, it has the little Hot Wheels ID logo right here on the back of the van. On both sides, it has the little Hot Wheels ID logo. The biggest change, because this is the exact same paint scheme for the most part, and body as some of the other Mystery Machine releases from Hot Wheels. Biggest difference is the wheels. If you take a look at these wheels, they say screen time on them. That's what the white lettering says. And then it kind of has some green, like instead of a red line wheel, it's like a green line that matches the paint scheme on the outside. And it says screen time because that's the series it's from, I believe. Hot Wheels Screen Time Series 1, I believe. And now, one of the other things that make it so unique is the base. It's got kind of a smoked clear base, so you can see through it, and there's like a little microchip in there. I don't know if you can see that. Right underneath where it says Hot Wheels ID, there's like a little, I don't know what they would call that, an RF chip or some sort of little microchip that picks up the, like counts the laps and the speed and stuff like that with the special Hot Wheels ID track. So you can see it says the Mystery Machine on the bottom, made in Malaysia. But it's got a smoked clear plastic base, plastic wheels with a special Hot Wheels ID style wheel. And then it's got the Hot Wheels ID logo on the back. And very shiny Spectraflame paint. So very cool. This one will go in my acrylic display case with my other Mystery Machines. Alright, that's it for today's video, guys. We checked out a lot of cool stuff. Here's all the stuff from today's videos. A bunch of Matchbox Supervan 2 cheap knockoffs. A dozen of those. Custom 77 Dodge Van Super Chrome Series in gold. And the new Mystery Machine Hot Wheels ID car. Check me out on Instagram. I'm that_diecast_van_guy. And also check out my Facebook page, That Van Guy. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Have a great day.